Hi everybody, I'm Erin with Erin's Faces and I am so excited. We are launching our new Matcha Mascara today. Yay! Okay, so we talked about it with our community on Instagram and on Facebook if this felt like an appropriate thing to do right now with everything that's going on, and everybody freaking said yes. So we're launching it. People wanted something that wasn't going to be canceled. They've been looking forward to this because they've been supporting this idea since we mentioned it in the fall last year. So we're doing it. So here's the story. I'm going to give you the quick version off the top, and then I do have notes to keep me on track because I have so much to tell you about this. Okay, so it's called Matcha Mascara, and it has 4 situations going on. You've got volumizing, you've got lengthening, you've got treatment, and you've got fibers. So we'll talk about that in a minute. I'm obsessed. Why is it called Matcha Mascara? Is it green? No, it is not green. It's black. It has a, I'm gonna put it in front of my face because I'm super white. Oh, I have a mustache. There you go. It has an hourglass shaped brush. So it's thinner in the middle and bigger on the outsides. I've wanted an hourglass shaped brush my entire time when I was trying to find a mascara that worked for us. What else? It is super clean, squeaky clean ingredient deck. We'll talk about that. It works really well. It doesn't smudge. It doesn't flake on me. And it gives tons of separation to the lash, which I really like because I find with most volumizing formulas, they clump a lot. It doesn't clump. Look at it. I have another video where I put it on. It's so good. I'll link it. Okay, what is it housed in? Glass. It is a glass component. We powder coated it. Powder coat burns off when the glass is recycled. So it's not a plastic. I wanted it to feel really good, and a lot of the soft touch options were plastic. So that's what is in here. Okay, so that's the quick and dirty. It's amazing. I love it. I'm obsessed. Okay, let's take a breath. So if you're here for more than a moment because you're stuck at home and you have nothing else to do, thank you for sitting with me. So let's just call brass tacks. Total transparency, mascara is the easiest thing to sell in a makeup line. Why? Because every age wears it. Every color, it matches every skin tone, every color of person. You don't have to, match people. It's just generally one color, maybe a few colors, but black works on everybody. Even women that don't really wear mascara, don't really wear makeup, wear mascara. So this is the easiest thing to sell, but we waited 9 years, because I didn't like any of them enough. I just didn't. And I refuse to put my name on something that I'm not obsessed with. I won't do it. I won't ask you to spend your money, and I just can't emotionally get behind it, right? And none of the brand founders that I know can either. We're all the same way. So, but I would try samples from the lab and I'd be like, oh, I don't really like this. Can we do this? And they were like, no, I can't. They would be like, sure. And then I would get the sample and I was like, you didn't really do what I wanted. So we finally found a lab that I'm obsessed with, and they make beautiful formulas and they're so clean. This doesn't have any dye. It doesn't have any fragrance. It doesn't have any parabens. It's so squeaky clean. So let's talk about the treatment aspect of the mascara, because you're getting matcha and you're getting beta carotene. Why? So every product that we come out with, starting with our concealers last fall, everything prior to that in the makeup line has some type of lovely ingredient. But I'm really wanting with every new launch to have really intentional skincare based or hair care based ingredients that would be awesome if you just use them on their own. And then if they're in makeup, and the makeup does what it's supposed to do, then you're batting 1,000, right? I think that's what they say in baseball. I don't know. I'll ask my husband when he gets home. He likes baseball. So matcha is full of antioxidants. So I kind of just had this calling to use matcha as a concept. And we partnered with Encha Organic Matcha, which is the fanciest of the fancy matcha powder. They test their soil. They like put their tests up online. Like they're very, very clean on top of being USDA certified organic. So if you're a matcha lady or gent, they're kind of the best. So I worked with Lee, the founder of Encha, and we talked about which grade of a matcha would be right for us. And we're using the latte grade, I think, which is the middle one. And so it's so good. Fun fact, sorry, I just was like, and so I started doing research, and I was already going to use it because of the antioxidants, the polyphenols in green tea, and matcha is like the fanciest green tea that there is. Also, in clinical tests, not done by us, but done by other people with a lot of money, have been found to create an environment conducive to hair growth. What? So amazing. So does beta carotene, which everybody kind of knows. So we've got this mascara that functions really beautifully and wears beautifully as a mascara, but also has incredible treatment in it. And it's not green. It's very black. I love black mascara. I always push people who like to wear brown. I'm a little pushy with it, and I'm like, just try the black, just try it, just try it. I have black on right now. I am one of the palest people I know with super red hair because I just dyed it last night with my husband. We did it. We had a quarantine hair dye party. It's a little more blue than I'm used to. I'm used to it being more orange, but we did it, and it's great. All to say, I'm very pale, and I can wear black mascara. That's an argument I hear a lot is I can't wear black mascara because I'm fair. And I'm like, hello. So there's that. So the other thing, we have so much to discuss. Okay, so here's what it was up against. My favorite, so if you don't know me, I used to be a makeup artist in New York City who like did Fashion Week and did ad campaigns and red carpet stuff and all this stuff. So I had to have mascaras in my kit that were beautiful and performed like gangbusters. So I loved Lancome Hypnose. This is my favorite. Give me that shape of the brush. Give me the length and the volume. All the things. Loved it. I also really loved Mally's Volumizing Mascara in the white tube. Beautiful. And in a pinch, L'Oreal's Voluminous is excellent. I feel like it dries out in 2 weeks, but it's beautiful for those 2 weeks. Beautiful. They own Lancome, so it all kind of makes sense. That's the performance that I wanted that I never got from people who we tried to work with to make mascara. Until now. Okay? I'm telling you, that's what I have as my like, that's what we're trying to do. And we totally did it with a cleaner formula, just to be totally transparent. And I feel like a lot of feedback that I've gotten from people about makeup in particular is I can do clean beauty everywhere else, but the mascara just doesn't hold up. A, it doesn't perform as well, and B, it doesn't look as good. And not the case. I'm literally the most judgy of Judger McJudgertons on mascara. This is fantastic. It's so good. What else do I want to talk to you about? Oh, the brush. Okay, so we tried a lot of brushes, and I've known for a long time that I liked this shape because you can really get those baby hairs and then you can really fan out the outer lashes. I know you kids like your silicone brushes. I like a traditional brush. I love this shape. I'm not reinventing the wheel with it. We did try a number. I was like, you know what? I think I want an hourglass shaped brush, but I don't know, let's see what else is out there. So I tried every brush I could get my hands on, and we tried, like, they have stair step brushes now, and I was like, maybe there's some cool new thing that I don't know about. Let's try it. I didn't like any of them the same. There was one brush that I liked a lot, and it delivered a ton of pigment onto the lashes. So if you wanted a very dramatic look, it would have been great, but I feel like that's not really my client. And you can achieve that look with 2 coats, I mean, if you want to do 3, you really get it, of this. So this is buildable. That's the other thing. Let's talk about this. When I used to come home from work, when I used to work in retail and I was wearing mascara every day, the first thing I wanted to do was take my eye makeup off, because I felt like my lashes were so crunchy and they hurt at the end of the day. And I kind of felt like if I pushed too hard, they just pop off, because they just felt really brittle. And that's what I love about this. It's so soft. I can bend my lashes. They don't feel like, you know what I'm talking about, if you know what I'm talking about. So this is nourishing your lashes. Nourishing and loving and giving them hydration baths, okay? So I like that a lot. What else? Lashes aren't crunchy. Dye-free, paraben-free, we talked about that. Okay, let's talk about the component, AKA the bottle or vial or tube. I don't know, tube? Maybe that's what we call it. So we are getting a ton of feedback, and have been for the last like year and change, that y'all don't want plastic. I don't want plastic either. But it's really hard to find components that work really well. So I knew that I didn't want plastic, that I wanted glass, and I had to figure out how to cover the glass in a way that wouldn't defeat the entire purpose of having glass. So, because for me, I had at one point, I think it was in like middle school or something, a mascara that was a clear plastic and you could see the black inside, and it just looked like goopy black stuff and it wasn't pretty. So I was like, I don't want that. But a lot of coatings are plastic, and I didn't like they have different kinds of treatments they can dip them in and stuff that aren't bad for the world, but I wanted an opaque, strong texture, white situation. So this powder coat is beautiful, and it's got the Made with Matcha right here with our little green tea matcha situation from Kristen, our illustrator. And I love it. It's so fancy. People are like, white, oh no, it's gonna, get dirty. This has been in my makeup case for 3 months, so it's time for a new one, eh? But, because you have to throw your mascara out every 3 months. Just FYI. But it just wipes right off. If you get, if something smudges up against it, it wipes off, and it's totally fine. So, I think that's it. Separation. Did we talk about separation? I think we did. Brush. Lashes aren't crunchy. I love it. I'm so excited. I'm so happy and pumped. This is a really long video. I just looked at what time it was. But I have a lot to say. This has been 9 years of waiting to share this with you. I'm doing a lot of shouting. Anyway, I just can't wait for you to try it. And I know that you're gonna love it, because our tester bunnies have loved it, which is how I knew we could launch it, because it wasn't just me. If I tend to like something, I tend to be I have high standards, is a short answer. But I think you're gonna love it. Oh, one thing, if you're concerned about the glass dropping, do I have a concealer? No, but hold on, let me go get it. Okay, so if you're concerned and you're like, I'm gonna break it, it's glass, what are you talking about? This is the tube. We use the same tube that the concealer is in, and it's called a heavy bottom bottle, which I felt was appropriate. And so all this solid glass means if you drop this, the weight of it is gonna turn it this way. Even if you drop it this way, the weight of this bottom is gonna turn the bottle down so it busts on the bottom of the glass. And this is so heavy that it is able to absorb that shock, okay? So that's what's happening under this powder coat. It's the same thing. And oh, they have the same little green tea on them. They're not twins, but they're sisters. Okay, so that's what's happening. So you cannot feel scared that if you drop it, your life is over. Your life will be fine. We dropped these a million times. We also put them in envelopes and threw them across the room to make sure they would be fine. They're fine. We literally chucked them. You're gonna be fine. I think you're gonna love it. Plant-based fibers. We didn't even talk about plant-based fibers. It has plant-based fibers that literally help your lashes look longer. I totally forgot to talk about it. I think we talked about it at the top. I don't even remember. Oh, it's so much. Okay. Yeah, so they make your lashes like literally look longer, and they're plant-based, they're cellulose, they dissolve, it's not bad for the environment. It's intense over here, guys. I hope you love it. Please give me your feedback. I'm so excited for you to try it. Okay.